Hello, welcome to the series on Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. In this video, I will be talking about the Yoga Sutra 7. And in previous sutra, Patanjali mentioned 5 different modifications of the mind, which are right knowledge or correct knowledge and incorrect knowledge, the second one. Third one is imagination or fancy. Fourth one is sleep. Fifth one is memory. And now in Sutra 7, Patanjali expanded and talked about different vrittis or modifications of mind in more details, as we'll see. So the Sutra 7 goes as follows: Pratyaksha Anuman Agama Pramanani. So here Pratyaksha is Sanskrit word which means direct perception. Like, for example, when you see a tree, it's your direct perception. You know that that's a tree because you're seeing it with your eyes. And an anumana is inference. So when you guess something, and there is a famous example in Nyaya philosophy where this type of inference or anumana, how it's used, is explained. So it goes as follows. So there is this fundamental aspect which is like, as an example, for example, whenever there is fire, there is smoke. So if this is true, whenever there is fire, there is smoke, it is true. Then whenever you see a smoke, you can infer that there is fire. So this is how anumana or inference works in terms of getting correct knowledge. And pramanani, praman is like proof, or it seems some sort of like verbal testimony, which is in terms of like words in scriptures or words spoken by great saintly spiritual teachers. And when they say words, it's coming from higher wisdom. And the scriptures also is the same way, where you get correct knowledge given by God himself or by various prophets, incarnations, spiritual masters, like that. So this pratyaksha or direct sense perception can also be of two types. One is common sense perception, where you are seeing things, hearing things, tasting things. For example, when you hear something, when you hear a car, you will come to the conclusion that that's a car. And here a little bit inference or anuman is also used. But if you see a car and see the car with your own eyes, then there's a direct sense perception and you get correct knowledge. Oh, that's a car. However, many times if our senses are not perfect, so we see things not in a clear way, or we hear things not in a clear way, so the knowledge we can get may be incorrect knowledge. For example, if you see something from distance which looks like a tree or which looks like a human, but it's just another object, then your eyes are not giving you correct knowledge. And there's another type of sense perception, which is extra sense perception, which is like beyond your normal sense perception. And this type of sense perception, where you directly experience reality, is correct knowledge. And there is another word for this type of knowledge, where you directly experience something, which is gnosis. Here, gnosis is knowledge through one's own direct experience. So you hear various metaphysical aspects, but when you experience them with your own eyes, or when you experience them yourself, then it's gnosis, or it's extrasensory perception, which is higher than normal sense perception, and it could be correct. And anumana, inference logic, is used with your intelligence, and there are various you will find in, I think it's in Nyaya philosophy, or in one of the 6 different philosophies in especially in India, where they talk about anumana or inference in details. And pramana is you are understanding scriptures and you are coming to the correct knowledge based on the scriptural evidence or from great spiritual masters or from God himself. And so here there are like three different ways one can get correct knowledge, and that's the first vritti or modification of the mind Patanjali talked about in Sutra 6. And in next sutras, Patanjali will one by one or Patanjali mentioned these 4 other vrittis, modification of the mind, in details in upcoming sutras, which I'll be talking about in my next videos. So that's it for in this video. I'll be talking about other vrittis or modification of the mind in my other upcoming videos. Thank you for listening.